Look at how good looking Finn is. Oh, look at that, he's a smart guy. See this bread? This is a human food that Finn was ignoring. Totally ignoring it. Finn ignores human food on the street, I've noticed. And there's a reason why he ignores human food on the street, is that he's never had it. He's like my dog Ike, Tonka. They've never had human food, so there isn't this desire and the behavior hasn't been created. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about creating a bad behavior in your dog by you not responding. If your dog would go for food on the street, take it out of its mouth right away. Take it out and say no. Start sending that message that you don't eat anything unless I command you to eat it. This is a safety issue. Dogs are poisoned every year. They're poisoned every year. Finn doesn't have this behavior, and hopefully it won't start. He thinks that what he eats is raw food because that's what he's been eating. He came to me at 9 weeks, and he was bought from a pet store that's high volume, that bought from a breeding facility in Missouri that's high volume. Okay? So dogs that come from a puppy mill, those puppy mill dogs are not fed human food. That's done with the backyard breeder. Do you understand? They're just a commodity. So he never had food, so that's great. So Finn, him seeing food on the street, he doesn't acknowledge it as food because it's not. It's garbage. That's a good boy, Finn. That's a good boy, buddy. You see what I'm saying? Don't start giving your puppy food, and if you have been giving your puppy food, stop. Don't do it anymore. It's bad. It's one of the worst things that you can do. It's bad for them physiologically. It is, and it's terrible for their behavior. Don't give your dog people food. Don't start, and if you have been doing it, stop and start telling the dog to get away from you when you're eating. And don't train with food either. Finn has not been food trained. He's been, you know, trained with praise and play. Right, Finn?
That's right, Kane. You're damn right.
No people food. It's bad. It's bad. It screws up your dog's calcium phosphorus level. There's not enough calcium in that people food. And it makes you look like a resource for snacks. You don't want to look like a resource to the dog. You're screwing up the status with the dog if you're giving them people food. It is absolutely one of the worst things that you can do for your dog. You see the dog, seriously, you look at the dog that you give your table scraps to. Pick up your plate, and if you move your plate, the dog will track the plate. You move the plate, the dog's head will just follow the plate. It's like in a catatonic state. If a human being is in a catatonic state, you want them out of that catatonic state as fast as possible. It's healthier for the brain, and the same thing's true with the dog. Tell that dog to get away from the table and stop reinforcing this negative behavior in your animal. You love the pet, right? You love your dog. Don't give it people food like that. Don't let it eat off your plate. And don't think that it matters how much food you're giving them. I've heard that before. Oh, I just give them a little bit. Knock it off. It's a dog. They don't have free will. Tell them to get away from the table. All right? Are you a good dog owner? Stop giving your dog people food. It's absolutely one of the worst things that you can do. Good boy, Finn. You're a good boy. Look at you. Little Finn.
Yeah, Kane, look at me. I'm fucking awesome. No people food, Kane. Kane, I want ice cream tonight for dinner.